And I'm going to say this with as much respect that I can muster. Everything he just said was complete and utter nonsense.
This is Hollis P. Monroe. This is Chucky Old School. I am Ultramax 7, and I'm a little disturbed by a video I saw. So Hollis brought us on here so we could react to it. So
And
this
that's
is
what
Yeah.
how,
we're going to do. And that's
yeah,
what y'all going to get.
yeah.
Okay,
So
guys.
Hollis,
Huh?
you can run the clip whenever you. I'm a chill. I'm gonna try to chill.
Take it easy. All right, so we also got to remember that we're gonna have to pause it, stop it, and start it or whatever. For fair use, we have to react in between some of these. Uh, we can't
Nonsense
play the whole.
takes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, easy, easy. Um. Uh. So the first time you hear something that you object to, just tell me to pause it, or you can pause it, right?
Let's just get to it.
Okay.
The glorification of gangster life, of violence, started to become more and more cool when N.W.A came out. There's
Pause it.
people in New Orleans who have told me,
Chuck, I'm gonna let Chuck go because I know he wants to talk.
And I'm going to say this with as much respect that I can muster. Everything he just said was complete and utter nonsense. I don't care who he talked to. It's nonsense. The glorification of getting there. What glorification is he speaking of? I mean, where was it? Where was the glorification, and how did it manifest? How did it show? What did he saw? What did she? What did he see that glorified? And when did he see it?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody on this panel was of eight was of we were graduating high school when NWA came out.
Right.
So we had lived a life when NWA came out. So I don't know if it, I don't know maybe his older brother or uncle or cousin they were mind blasted into going, yeah, we're gonna be gangsters after hearing NWA, but it just
Mm-hmm.
didn't happen that way in Philly for me. Maybe it
Okay.
happened. It didn't happen that way for me.
So, following up what Chuck said, as he said, we were of age. I looked at this young man's birth date. He was 3 years old when Straight Outta Compton came out, and so um, part of what gets me going is I've heard uh, this logic before, and the ironic thing to me is most people, people try to hold their coasts or their cities to things that we don't necessarily believe, but they try to hold these truths. But let me get to the point I'm saying. We are either from Philly, lived in Philly, or adjacent, and we would all say that Schoolie D started gangster rap. And
Mm-hmm.
so from him rapping, Ice T gets a hold of the cadence. He comes out 6 in the morning, does his thing. NWA gets a hold of it. They do dope man, gangster, all that type of stuff. So to put the jacket of this negativity solely on NWA, I don't like it. Um, NWA was a group from like 88 to like 92, 91.
Mm-hmm.
They were very short lived. So, I mean, is it that lasting a impact? But anyway, I don't know, Hollis, if you want to chime on this, because I've.
All right. Do you? Let me ask you this: do you think if you listen to the actual words he's saying glorification of violence? I don't know. When I think about it, did What was Schoolie D saying? Was Schoolie D violent?
A little white kid called me a nigga. If I had a gun, then I would have pulled that trigger. Um, what he said, something, something, something. 22 in the socks, protecting our turf like it was Fort Knox. This is him
Mm-hmm.
talking about Parkside. That's in
Mm-hmm.
Parkside 5 too.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I'm trying to think.
PSK stood for Parkside Killers.
Right.
That's not an after school awareness program. I, I, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was, but Parkside Killers doesn't sound like a Boy Scout troop.
Okay, hold on, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think I'm going to be playing devil's advocate this whole time, right?
Okay.
If he's saying that, let's say, I mean, we don't have to let's say because it is true. We got it like Schoolie D, then Ice T, then N.W.A. Generally speaking, as far as like the the major figures, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
if he's saying that with NWA, then there was like a drastic shift. Maybe that's what he's talking about, like after NWA.
But see, what I would say to that would be something that NWA did. That would be something that can happens today.
Mm-hmm.
Label said, "Oh, they're selling. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get one of those. Let me get a
Mm-hmm.
couple of those. Let me get
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a couple of those." So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference, but that's not saying it's a glorification. That's
Mm-hmm.
just saying label saying NWA is selling records. They're not. They're banning their videos. They barely get played on the radio, but they're
Mm-hmm.
selling all these records. We got
Mm-hmm.
to get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not glorifying. That's just a label doing what a label does.
Mm-hmm.
Has Okay. Let me ask you, gentlemen, a question. Have either of you ever been to LA before?
No, been to
I've
California, but not LA.
I've been to LA, but not that LA.
Okay. Let me break this down. I'm a big hip hop fan, and I remember when I had the Colors soundtrack. It had Cool G Rap on it. It had Roxanne Shante, and of course, the big song was "Colors" by Ice T. It was the lead song. Everybody knows this. If you're a hip hop fan, you know the song "Colors." I heard the song. I like the song. I'm an Ice T fan. Heard the lyrics. It didn't resonate with me because I didn't understand it. So my brother graduated high school in 88. He then went to California to go to school. He was living LA with my aunt. So we went out there the next year, 89, I think for Easter vacation. Now, this is one of the mornings we're waking up. You're slow to get up. I had never seen the movie Colors before. It's coming on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
So we turn it and watch it. I'm like, wait, that's what the song was about?
Mm-hmm.
And so at the time, I'm shook, like, yo, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're going to go to the mall. So we take the RTD, the rough, tough, and dangerous, which is the bus. We go to the Fox Hills Mall. Mind you, this is 89. Public Enemies in full swing. It's my favorite group.
Mm-hmm.
I got a red Flavor Flav clock.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Mm.
off the bus. We're waiting at the bus. We're waiting to cross the street. These dudes roll up next to me, look at me, say, "Yo, what's up, blood?" Now I had just seen this movie
Mm-hmm.
2 hours hour before.
Mm-hmm.
I am shook out my pants. I tuck said clock in, and I tell my bro, "Yo, yo, take me home." Like, so I say all that to say this was what was going on
Mm-hmm.
in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to NWA, or if you saw them early on, any of the like interviews with Fab Five Freddy, Yo MTV Raps, they're all wearing black. They're
Mm-hmm.
not in gangs, or they didn't wear gang colors, but they were
Mm-hmm.
wearing black. So in
Mm-hmm.
my mind, they weren't affiliated because, as we saw maybe later, um, you'd see DJ Quick, he's a blood, he was wearing red. You see Snoop, he's a Crip, he's wearing blue. You would see people wear MC8, Crip,
Mm-hmm.
he's wearing blue. So you would
Mm-hmm.
see people wearing their colors. Even early CMW stuff, even with
Mm-hmm.
MC8, I would see the blue. I didn't know what it meant at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is they weren't. I really feel like they were talking about what was going on
Exactly.
now. So
Uh-oh,
See
House, you want to
this?
get go?
See
Go ahead,
this?
House.
What Ice T, right?
mhm.
Hmm.
I would put Ice T in the Melly Mel category of it. He's like the commentator. Like he's talking about what's going on. NWA was essentially saying we're in it. Like, and I'm not saying hold, hey, easy. All right, relax. I'm not saying that Schoolie wasn't saying that he was in it, but somehow it just resonated a lot more. It just resonated a lot stronger or whatever when NWA was saying it. And I think maybe it would have been different if there was a video for PSK. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things would be different. But when you put the visuals with the song, because I don't think I heard the song before I saw the. I think I heard the song with the video at the same time. So there's like a whole visual with it where I don't think I really saw it that way with Schoolie. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was a little bit different. I don't think I I think we got to take Ice T out of it actually, because like Ice T was definitely like showing um a negative side to the life. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't think that it was really balanced with NWA. Like I think NWA. No, hold on. Hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they didn't have balance on the album, because they did have Express Yourself, and they did. I'm not saying that kind of balance. I'm saying that where is the cautionary tale in Straight Outta Compton?
Dope Man. Is you ever heard the song Dope Man?
Now you gotta remind me.
Hey, Mr. Dope Man, you think you're slick? Da, da, da. Like it's just there's a
No, but I
okay.
mean, what's the story though? Like, what's the story?
Okay.
Just so I understand.
The song Dope Man is they're talking about local drug dealers,
Mm-hmm.
but they're talking about the trials and tribulations that go along with it. Like the one
Mm-hmm.
guy says, I'm trying to think. It's a guy that comes in with the little Mexican voice. He says, like, you sold your drugs to my sister and I made her sick.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Like he's basically saying, I'm going to shoot you because you made my sister sick selling her this
Mm-hmm.
drug. So
Mm-hmm.
song like Dope Man, but here, let me break this down. Let, what would you consider to be NWA's biggest song or one of their biggest songs?
I assume straight out. I would say Straight Outta Compton.
Okay. To me, one of their biggest songs ever is F the Police.
Mm-hmm.
And so, not Public Enemy didn't do that song.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, X Clan didn't do that song.
Mm-hmm.
About Gangster
Brand
Bad
Nubian
Thing
didn't
going.
do that song.
Mm-hmm.
They did that song.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically shedding light on police brutality. So
Mm-hmm.
some people maybe didn't know, Maybe some people lived in the suburbs. Maybe some people were white. They didn't get it. They didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
They shed light on that song, and it was so big. The FBI came down on them, told them
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't. They got a letter from FBI. So
Mm-hmm.
when I see this young man talk about the negativity, like Public Enemy didn't do it after police song. Th-
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These brothers did it because this
Mm-hmm.
is what they were witnessing in their neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
That's where
The thing
that's where
is,
I'm with it. Go
okay,
ahead. Well,
and I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you with that because I mean I think when you look back in retrospect and you have to take the whole album into consideration, then you start like once you really analyze it and you start to realize okay, it's not just that. But he's I think he's talking about I don't know what's in this man's mind other than what he's saying, but I'm thinking what he's saying is a lot of people may have missed the commentary part and just embraced the gang part.
I don't think that's the case at all. And again, what's his point of reference? As Aaron said, he was what was he? Aaron 3 when they came
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
So what is he? What is he? I mean, what is he basing that? What aspect of the culture or the music that he's saying that who was the rapper from New Orleans who told him that when I heard that and I realized who and what song was that? The Ice
Okay.
Cream Man?
Chuck gonna
What
get in
song was
trouble.
that?
Chuck gonna get in trouble.
All right, hold on. Okay, let's listen to a little bit more. Hold on. Okay.
Huge rappers who I won't say their name who have told me, boy, when that NWA came out, that's what helped me jump off the porch.
Well, y'all was wearing Dickies. Y'all was wearing Reeboks, and that was kind of like a West Coast
That's some
thing.
West Coast
Yeah,
stuff. So the influence was real, right?
Um, did he need to say
What?
that? Like, why he even?
What?
He
What?
wasn't there either. He's from
What?
Queens.
Yeah. What is he talking? Like, why are
What
you
is he
even bringing
talking
up?
about?
Why is he bringing that up right now? He's all right. I don't know. Okay.
And we can try to extract as much positivity as we want out of that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, like the glorification of violence inside of hip hop, anybody that helped contribute to that and make it sound like cool, I'm not cool with that. The glorification of pimping, the glorification.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
what
he.
part? What? None of that. What? See, that's the other thing. He and Dope Man. They're not saying it's cool. They just telling you a story
Mhm,
about a dope man. Like you said, the boys like I'm gonna kill you for getting my sister. What is
mhm,
he talking about? I
mhm,
just, I just see. That's why I wish when people do these interviews, some sort of pushback. Like, I'm sorry,
mhm,
explain that. Because
mhm,
what is he talking? What?
mhm,
Because it's easy to go glorification. Oh, they was
mhm,
glorifying it.
mhm,
It was easy to, but how? Who
mhm,
was?
mhm. All right. He did say something about extracting the pot. What did he say? Extracting the. Hold on. Let me go back.
Oh, extracting the positivity.
Yeah.
Out of that stuff, but at the end, right? And we can try to extract as much positivity as we want out of that stuff, but at the end of the day, man, like the glorification of violence inside of hip hop, anybody that helped contribute to that and make it sound like cool, I'm not cool with that.
Okay. Where's he from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, Nolens.
Let me devil's advocate. Let me because I'm trying to understand him. I'm trying to understand where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what was going on in New Orleans.
Neither does he, because
Yeah,
he was 3.
but he don't know what was going on in the world in any city in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
He was worried about. He was getting picked up. He was taking naps and getting cookies at the daycare center.
No,
You
he
He
know,
was wearing
listen.
underoos.
you know what I'm saying? Bert and Ernie was Bert and Ernie was them gangsters to him. So
Mm-hmm.
when Super Grover rolled up, that was a
Yeah.
gangster to him. You know what I'm saying? But for him to go, I mean, it would be like I just don't understand it. It all harkens back to, dude, you were 3 years old.
Right.
So you're looking back on a lens, or you're doing research through keyboarding. It's not
Mm. We just
not. So
okay.
I don't see it.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm trying to help him out. I'm trying to help him out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I may be jumping ahead, but as I told you, gentlemen, I don't like to just see snippets
Mm-hmm.
and base my opinion off that. So I watched the whole 3 hour video.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch Drink Champs, they do a thing where they pick, like, you got to pick one, quick
Mm-hmm.
time with slime. You got to pick one or pick the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I forget what the other group was, but he asked him to pick somebody and the Ghetto Boys.
Mm-hmm.
He glorified the Ghetto Boys. He
Mm-hmm.
praised them.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me tell you something. Have you listened to the Ghetto Boys?
Mm-hmm.
They have a
Exactly.
song called Mind of a Lunatic,
Mm-hmm.
Gangster of Love,
Mm-hmm.
Trigger Happy Nigga.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about having sex with corpses and things, crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
But
not glorification. That's not
but
glorification.
but you saved all your vitriol for NWA.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you praise these dudes. Is it? I don't know what it is. Is it
Mm-hmm.
because Texas is close to New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
They're from your neck of the woods. That's
Are
all
these
that
your
is.
Southern heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Is the West Coast too far? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what it is, but as crazy as as people think NWA is,
Mm-hmm.
and especially on the second album, and I get
Mm-hmm.
the second album was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto Boys did that before that second album. They was going buck wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't like that balance. And again, maybe he heard. I mean, listen, he talks about the glorification. One of the best, one of the rappers in the group of the Ghetto Boys is called Scarface. He
Mm-hmm.
gets his name
Mm-hmm.
from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
We all know
That's
what,
probably one of the most violent movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
but NWA's gotta, they're going down for this. So
Mm.
make it make sense.
Okay, hold on. All right. So, okay. Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Ghetto Boys, I think, would fall into the category of like the precursor to like horrorcore rap, right?
I don't know what that is, but I mean, I know what it is,
Like
but
like Grave Diggers and I, I,
okay,
listen,
I'll play your game. Yeah, okay, sure.
right? So I think this is like this goes into the maybe the category of not being grounded in reality in a way. Listen, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to understand. Now I'm just because he didn't. I'm saying things that he didn't say. I'm just trying to see a differentiation. Right. This is like I didn't think Gravediggers was really doing none of that or like I don't know. You know something I don't know.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
I thought you was gonna say they was whack. No, no, no. They was
No, no, no. I wasn't gonna say it was whack. I'm saying that like some of the stuff that they was rapping about was they really, I think the difference is like NWA was more grounded. They were real. I'm trying to understand. Listen, I'm just trying to understand where this kid is coming from. That's all I'm trying to do. Like I'm just trying to understand where he's coming from.
so
Play some more. Play some
let me
more.
let me say this. If you shoot somebody, more than likely you're going to jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never seen. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know if Easy, Cube, Dre. Yella or Ren went to jail,
Mm-hmm.
but while they were making music,
Mm-hmm.
I never saw them go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Cool G Rap shoots 78 people before the first chorus.
Mm-hmm. I
Do,
don't know.
do,
See, the thing is like G Rap. He evolved to this. He evolved to this. What? He evolved to this. I'm saying, and I don't. I think the difference is it just somehow it just seemed way more real with NWA. That I don't know how to like. Maybe this is what it. I'm trying to throw something out there. Like maybe it just seemed more real.
Play some more of what he's saying. I want his point of now. Let's get his viewpoint.
Okay.
The
glorification
point
of
I'm sorry.
pimping, the glorification of disrespecting women, I ain't cool with that. So NWA, unfortunately, while as individuals, I love all them brothers, right? I love them as individuals, but I don't think that
But
this man told me I listened to the video and Ghetto Boys could do no wrong.
mm,
Willie D, one of his biggest songs is "Let a Hoe Be a Hoe." He's
That
talking
that
about
that that's
degrading
kind of
women.
sounds like that kind of sounds a little misogynistic. Maybe it's me. You know, but maybe I'm hearing things. But
yeah.
"Let a Hoe Be a Hoe" does not really sound like an uplifting song about secretaries or women becoming CEOs. But that's just me. I could be wrong. "Let a Hoe Be a Hoe" could be an uplifting, power moving song.
He got a song called "Bald Headed Hoe."
Yeah,
Well,
but while he loves NWA individually, I love them individually.
all right.
But
All right. Okay.
as a
Okay.
as a group, as a group, how is that different? How do you make that different? Like you said, it's just like I'm sorry. I just think it's just more. I want to say something that I know was going to go viral. That's what it sounds to me because it doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense. You can't make them both make sense. You can't be the biggest fan of the Ghetto Boys and say, but NWA glorified violence. You can't say they degraded women, but say, hey, but the Ghetto Boys, they're pivotal. How?
Mm-hmm.
I love both groups. I love the
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto Boys and NWA.
Uh-huh.
But again, I was 18 years old. I wasn't three in
All right. Right. Right.
1989.
Right. Right.
Okay, another point that Chuck just said is being of that age.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say, but we're three young gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
and I've okay. Here's another key. Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
This was L.A. life. This
Mm-hmm.
gangs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We are from the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Were we going to pick up their mannerisms and do what they do? They had different slang.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, it was colors. And at the time, we didn't have Crips and Bloods out here. When it's
Mm-hmm.
89, we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they didn't start the Crips and Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I don't believe. They weren't banging on their songs. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think as it moved from west to east, it wasn't because of NWA.
Mm-hmm.
There was people moving to different sections, selling drugs and doing things, and you know, we've all seen HBO with banging on Little Rock and all that type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can see things as they move, but that has nothing to do with NWA. That's individual people moving weight, moving their set, moving their gang to that
Mm-hmm.
area. That has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with
And that's
NWA.
supply and that's supply and demand. That's not music. That's
Mm-hmm.
supply and
Yeah,
demand.
that's
Mm-hmm.
drugs.
That's like that's I can sell what I'm selling here for more money there in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're going to North Carolina. That has nothing to do with well, you know what? NWA made a song called Dope Man. Let's move to North Carolina and become Dope Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it. You with it? I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just on its face. It's
Right.
it's 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 silly. You know what I mean? NWA. Ice-T had a song called Six in the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I didn't know what I was going to be when I woke up this morning, but I think I am going to be a drug dealer. I
Yeah.
think that's where I'm going. I think that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to my guidance counselor about it tomorrow, but I think that's where I'm going to go.
All right. Well, okay. All right. So then what would you say would be the reason for the reaction and the satirization? Is that how you say it? Satirization. You take these movies like CB4 and Fear of a Black Hat and everything, or what was that skit? Was on the Black Sheep album? Uh,
Hmm.
I woke up.
I dreamed that I was hard.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what that was.
Mm-hmm.
That was what CB4. Because if you want to be, concise with it. What did they do? They were the bagheads. They were the fat men.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was just plain old Albert in them. But then it's like, what's selling right now?
Mm-hmm.
Not what are the kids doing? Not
Mm-hmm.
what are they becoming? It's
Mm-hmm.
what's selling.
Mm-hmm.
So it was selling, and the driving up of this NWA sales wasn't just us. It was other
Mm-hmm.
people in
Mm-hmm.
other areas that were driving those sales up, and they were doing that, to be real, just to piss off their parents. Just like in
Mm-hmm.
CB4, the little
Mm-hmm.
the little kid who got his dad mad because he was listening to CB4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say is what was the driving. So the satirization was,
Mm-hmm.
hey, these people are selling records and they're not gangsters in real life. We can
Mm-hmm.
pretend to be Gusto and make them money.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Okay.
Gusto get out of jail, we just write him a check and he'll step the fuck off. You know what I mean?
This is so funny that Chuck said that. So in 1989, I'm in high school. I still remember this dude named Mike Sell,
Damn,
white
you
dude.
doxer. Okay.
Up. I didn't say where
Mike,
he
what's
lived.
up? Mike,
Putting out
what's
his
up? You
government
wearing
and all that. Full name. Okay, go ahead. Anyway, go ahead.
He was a tennis player. What else you want me to say? He had a straight out of Compton T-shirt. This is a white
Mm-hmm.
dude. This is
Mm-hmm.
1989.
Mm-hmm.
So as Chuck said, it's not just us listening to this music. And if it was up to us, we ain't
Mm-hmm.
making nobody go platinum because we
Mm-hmm.
ain't buying no
nope,
records.
Right. All
nope.
right. All right. Okay. So okay. Devil's advocate, right? Let's say what we can't all just be agreeing. Come on, man. Like okay, so now I lost my whole train of hold on. What was I gonna say now?
Devil's advocate.
Devil's
Devil J,
advocate.
it was
Well, what was the last thing you said?
I
the
said
white
about
the
the
West
white
type.
dude, 1989 T-shirt.
Um I think I forgot now.
I got a story I was going to buy in 1988.
Mhm,
We standing on 8th and Mifflin. Me and my man, and we, did our school, and these three white kids, well, there was two white dudes in a car. They were teenagers,
mhm.
and they blasted. You go ooh and ah when I jump in my car. People treat me like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and we're looking at each other like, why are they playing Public Enemy? What are they doing? Do,
Mhm.
do they know Griff Rose with them? Do they know about the? And to them, I think that was the voyeurism of it. Because hey, we're gonna go play some black music. Hey,
I don't know. I mean, nah, the songs are still dope. I mean, why would we listen to Hold It Now Hit It? And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you could still like the group and even okay, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I let that one slide though. Um, I let that one slide. Damn, I forgot it again. I will say though that it is a little undeniable that there was a shift, a hip hop culture shift. Not saying easy, VQ easy, because I know you take it easy when I say this, right? There was definitely a shift after NWA. And everything did get a little bit more clonish of them. Like everybody descended from NWA, everybody's style started moving towards NWA's like subject matter and
why?
Of course, I'm saying that because it was hot and it sold, obviously, right? I'm not saying, and this is when we talked about this before. I'm not saying that NWA did something wrong. I'm not saying that they did something wrong or that they were the cause of everything, but they definitely shifted things, right?
But you're
And
not saying that. But he's kind of saying that, though. You're
yeah,
not
he's
saying
saying that.
that.
Yeah,
You're giving nuance.
yeah,
You're playing devil's advocate, and you're saying, "Hey, but he's not doing any of that." What
yeah.
he's saying is, although I like them individually, basically, them dudes fuck rap hip hop up.
Mm,
That's what he's saying. We can add the niceties to it, but he's trying to say the culture of rap with being mean to women and all this kind of stuff started
mm,
with them. Meanwhile, the Two Live Crew was playing. Throw That D was out in 1987. Okay,
mm-hmm,
Throw That D was out in 1987. Right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But he does, but he wouldn't know that because in 1987 he was an embryo. He wasn't even three in '87. He wasn't
Hey,
even three then.
Mm,
hey, Hollis.
yeah.
Rolling Stones did a disco song.
Mm,
Rod Stewart did a disco song.
mm-hmm.
Blondie did a disco song.
Cl- the
Uh-huh.
Clash did a disco song.
Yeah.
So,
Ethel
so,
Merman did a disco song.
so
Ethel Merman did a disco.
when something is big,
Yeah.
they people will lean into it.
Right.
Now but that's the business of music. If it was up to the Clash
Mm-hmm.
or up to Rod Stewart ain't doing no disco song, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, I gotta stay up on these charts. So these
Yeah.
labels,
Right.
hey, so
Yeah, yeah. I'm not putting it on NWA. I'm saying like NWA was the turning point. I'm not saying that they did it. I'm also, there's always these people thinking that like NWA was like some grand conspiracy, like to destroy the black community and all of this, and I wholeheartedly disagree with this. And I know
You
that this
do.
is,
You
huh?
do. He does.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
He does it.
Yeah, I know, I know. I mean, and this is why I'm not pushing back so hard on what y'all saying because I know that's kind of what he's saying. He he clearly must have heard something. Somebody must have told him some stories, or he didn't know what the world was like. Because I mean, in a lot of ways, it's not like it was some walk in the park in Philly or walk in the park in Jersey or walk in the park in New York, and
any
then
major city.
yeah, this is what I'm saying. So I do think that I do think that the the prevalence and outward appearance of it and uh you know remember let me think about this, right? Think about the impact of how many MCs must get dissed before somebody says don't fuck with Chris, right? At this point, him saying that because people didn't curse on records at this time so much, or okay, now you
What?
I just make face. You got to stop looking at my face. I'm not saying
you
nothing.
you are
Well,
saying
okay,
something.
now
You saying something with your face.
you like,
You tell me where I got it wrong. Tell me you telling me they was cursing back then like they curse now?
I can cite some songs.
No, what I'm saying to you is there's a difference. This is what I mean. This is where I think he's going with it. There was a time when you would listen to the Millie Jackson album and you'd be like, oh, you down in the basement when your parents go to bed and you listening to the Millie Jackson record and you like, oh snap, I can't you know what I mean? Or you hear like the first time you hear these like Two Live Crew records, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what is going on?
I'm
What is going
I,
on?
I'm going to just say something, and you're going to know what I'm saying without me saying it. I
This
can't
was
be your lover.
yeah, but I'm saying this was all before. This was
That
I'm
was
saying,
85.
huh?
That was 85.
Yeah, I'm saying Millie Jackson was before that.
No, but I'm saying you're citing Chris as this watershed moment. I'm trying to say, in which I can't be your lover. That was shocking to
But
hear.
this is my point. This is nothing now. This is nothing now. And I think that at a certain point in time, all of that stuff that used to be like the Red Fox records and the Richard Pryor records that you didn't hear like in the forefront.
but check this out. But to
Mhm,
flip it, to what? But what if he said? But based on what you're saying, how? What
mhm,
if he was on that same show and said, you know what? People wasn't cursing till how many times somebody says don't fuck with Chris. What if he
mhm,
said, you know what? The downfall of hip hop, or the reason hip hop got all off its track is
mhm,
because he cursed on a record. That's
mhm,
kind of like what he's saying about NWA.
mhm.
That's what, and I'm differentiating. You're not saying that. You're
Right.
taking you're playing devil's advocate. But what
Mhm.
I just want to keep harking back to is this person isn't saying what you're saying. You're
Right.
giving a nuanced debate where you're saying this and this, and he's not doing any of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just go. He's throwing a dart at a board,
He
and
drew a
whatever
line in the sand.
Uh,
this wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for NWA. We wouldn't have hip hop wouldn't be misogynistic. We wouldn't be talking about shootings and killings. We wouldn't be
mhm,
doing any of this if it wasn't for
mhm,
NWA, and that's just
mhm.
nonsense.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
I mean
Right.
it's just nonsense.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I think that he I didn't see the whole segment or whatever, but I'm getting the impression just with the little bit that what's his name said about the Dickie. What did he say? Did he say something about the Reeboks or something?
Who?
They were wearing dickies out
What's
there.
his name? Who?
Oh,
What?
Nori.
Nori.
No,
s- he doesn't have anyone to have the actual conversation with to for him to elaborate or to challenge his thoughts. I mean, I'm sure
True.
he's getting his thoughts challenged now in the comment sections of everything,
Hmm.
but he this wasn't the I'm trying to give him some credit. Like there was probably no one there to actually have a real conversation about what he was talking about.
Actually, there was. So that's why I say you
Okay.
got to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Hakeem Green, who has been on us with us before, been
Mm-hmm.
on us with before, who has been on with us before.
Hold the juice.
Yeah, hold the juice. But Hakeem Green was on there, and
Mm-hmm.
actually, I think EFN, who's also a host on the show, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't be there. So Nori called Hakeem Green up because I guess in his mind, this is a very not in his mind. I don't mean like that, but I'm saying in his mind, this might be the most conscious brother for me to have here.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Hakeem is very conscious. He does the 24 hours of peace in Newark and all that. So I don't want to get in all that, but
Mm-hmm.
he was there to kind of be. It wasn't. It was kind of. I don't even know if it was balanced. Just it was a balance. So
Mm-hmm.
if you watch the whole thing, there
Mm-hmm.
was somebody else there. So peace to
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem Green.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in this segment, we needed Hakeem to be there for this in this moment. You know what I mean? Because I kind of understand what he's talking about. It's not exactly accurate, but I will still say that there was some shift that took place after NWA. And if the culture followed the music,
Mm-hmm.
then it gave birth to all of these other groups, and it spread to even back to the East Coast, and everybody got more. All the music started getting way more aggressive, and outside of aggressive as far as like I can rap better than you, but like things started spilling over into the streets and stuff just got too um I don't know, easy to see. Like I don't know. It's like the commentary somehow the commentary got lost, and it just got to a point where this is the way we supposed to be.
Okay.
But that was
Here's
not.
here's
Go
part
ahead.
of the
Go
thing
ahead.
I have. Here's part of the thing I have with it. We've all grown up, and this is music.
Mm-hmm.
So you paint the picture in your head when you hear the music. I mean, there might be
Mm-hmm.
videos,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of it you paint the picture in your head because not every song has a video.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up watching all types of movies. I didn't see the Terminator and then want to be
Mm-hmm.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't there to see the response to it. Maybe it did happen. I don't know if everybody saw Superfly and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to sell drugs or what. I don't know how that was.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, and we lived through this, and we all remember this. We remember when The Last Dragon came out and everybody was wilding outside of the gallery
On Easter Sunday, yeah, yeah.
on Easter Sunday. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing I'm saying is, the one thing I hate about this is it almost makes me look like black people are simpletons, meaning monkey see, monkey do,
Mm-hmm.
because did we heard that Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat? Did everybody go do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody devil worshiper?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we the only ones that just supposed to be susceptible to this? Like, oh my God, this guy shot down 57 people in the song. And so
Mm-hmm.
it just, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like I was saying earlier, it doesn't. People didn't go to a Clash concert. You know what? I'm just going to start hurling myself up against the wall. I'm going to put. I'm just going to become an antisocial person who's going to hurt people. It's just.
Mm-hmm.
But we, us poor, us, we see
Mm-hmm.
such things, and we. Hey, I have to emulate what I'm hearing. I have to
Mm-hmm.
emulate that, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody else does. Nobody else does.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys and Indian movies been around since the 30s, right? Cowboys and Indian, you didn't, all of a sudden you want the money running around with guns like a
Mm-hmm.
cowboy,
Mm-hmm.
definitely not an Indian. So it's just, to me,
We
I
got
just think
it. Yeah, I'm sorry. All
go
right.
ahead. No, go ahead.
What I was going to say is I would really like to talk to some Italian kids and see what happened after The Godfather and what happened after like Goodfellas and Mean Streets and like all these Scorsese films, cuz to me, I'm just saying, I think this is actually what I would consider to be the closest um
Equivalent.
yeah, like the closest equivalent. I would really be interested to see to talk to some Italian kids and what?
Any of your Italian homeboys go go to a boxing gym after they saw Rocky? Like,
Oh,
Well,
you just saw Rocky. Okay.
I'm sure they did though. I'm not talking about Rocky. This is good, but that's different though, because this would be the same as like people, because Rocky was a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about.
NWA's heroes.
This is what I'm saying. Like who looked up to Michael Corleone? You know what I'm saying? Like who, if there, I would just be interested to see, as I'm thinking about it, I would be interested to see if young Italian kids said like, yo, I think I want to be in the mafia now. I'm just curious now that I'm thinking about
Oh,
it. Like,
uh, you see the young Japanese kid? They see a Yakuza movie. You know what? I'm gonna be
yeah,
the Yakuza. I'm
yeah.
gonna be a try. I'm gonna be the Chinese. I'm gonna be a triad.
Yeah.
You know, just because I mean, just the absurdity of it just seems
Mm-hmm.
silly to me, though. That I
Yeah.
saw this movie and that's what I'm going to be. I
Mm-hmm.
saw Superfly, and you know what? I'm gonna let my hair grow out. I'm a permit. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna go all out. I'm just going, I'm gonna start
Listen,
dealing drugs.
okay, we can be honest, and
Mm-hmm.
we be honest. There is some degree of that
Mm-hmm.
because there are movies we saw, like we would go watch karate movies and go outside and try to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Beat Street, and we all tried to either somebody was trying to be Ramos, somebody was
Mm-hmm.
trying to be Lee,
Mm-hmm.
somebody was trying to be a DJ. They wanted to be at the Burning Spear,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some element of that that
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
It's
Mm-hmm.
but it's a nuance. And see, we're
Mm-hmm.
having a discussion. We've been talking about this, and we're giving nuance, and we're saying, yeah, it could be this, look at it. But he's not, and I just keep he's not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I just think he's taking an easy route to just go everything that's wrong with hip hop, with the misogynistic and all of this, can be traced back to one group, and that's N.W.A. And that to me, I think that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm. Are y'all sure he was saying like? My
Let's
thing is,
let's play the
yeah.
clip again.
All
You
right.
can rewind it. You can rewind it and see what he
Oh,
said.
hold on.
That was a positive contribution to our culture.
Hold on.
Glorification of the glorification of gangster life, of violence, started to become more and more cool when N.W.A came out. There's people in New Orleans who
Okay. Hold on. See, he said when NWA came out.
He said it became more cool, as in people
Yeah. He
saw that
said.
and decided they were going to go that route because of them.
Oh,
Hey,
hold on.
hey,
He
hey,
said when they came out.
hey, Hollis,
Yeah.
when I got off that bus walking to the Fox Hills Mall,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nobody beatboxing, wasn't no raps. I just had on a color, and they
Right.
said, "What's up, blood?" It
Right.
had nothing to do with hip hop. So
Yeah.
this is what they're living in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
The
there,
music is the soundtrack. The music is the soundtrack to what they're living. Then
Mm-hmm.
they're not living based off the soundtrack. They're living and they're playing a soundtrack to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. What I'll say is though, just like because we had when we had this conversation before, I say we we got to a point where we got the Public Enemy, and then after Public Enemy came NWA. This was kind of like two different sides of the same coin in a way. When Public Enemy was out, and when they were like the thing, everybody wanted to be smart. Everybody wanted to at least appear smart. That's why they were wearing fake glasses. You know, everybody had their African medallions and their clocks. And I don't know that people would be walking around with clocks if it wasn't for NWA. People would be trying to appear intelligent by wearing the glasses if it wasn't for like the offshoots of NWA and all the groups that came out. I mean, Public Enemy, all the groups that came out after Public Enemy, like the all those descendants, like the Poor Righteous Teachers, the why am I'm like tripping right now. Like, how can I not remember these groups? But like, like Paris and all of these guys, right? Were descendants of Public Enemy.
mhm,
And the culture was following behind what Public Enemy was doing,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
And Brand Nubian and all that, right?
right.
Mhm.
So just like that, NWA represents another branch where the culture followed.
He said the glorification. What did he say again?
Not an offshoot, not a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Now he said the glorification where and that takes it to a different level. Because
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying, Again, how you should have been there. Tap him. No, I got this for you, homie. You know,
Mm,
let me take this. Let me take it
mm,
because what you're doing, you're giving every kind of nuance that's missing from everything he's saying.
mm,
Because by just saying glorification, it makes it seem like because of them, this
mm,
was glorified and the rap
mm,
went that way. And they
mm,
would just like, how do you explain Black Korea? How do you explain
mm,
Ice Cube's first album? I mean,
mm,
you know, his first solo album.
mm,
He what he, what was he talking about on that first album?
mm,
What was going on out there? He
mm,
wasn't glorifying it. He was
mm,
telling you this is what's happening out here in South Central.
mm,
This is what's happening. Just like Coogee Rap was saying, this is what's happening in
mm,
Queens. That's why Schoolie D was saying, this is what happened. This is what's happening in West Philly.
mm,
So it's not a glorification if you're saying this is what's going on.
mm.
I'm just telling you what's going on. I'm not telling you, hey, this is cool. Hey, man, this is cool. Ain't this cool? No, he's
Right.
just saying this is what's going on. But when he says glorify it, it takes
Mm,
it to a different level
mm,
because it takes it out of the hands of us understanding it. We all understood what was going on.
mm,
But when you say it glorified, it makes it seem like we're mindless drones who just say, "Hey,
mm,
that's where they're going. We're going that way."
mm,
You know,
mm,
we're going. No,
mm,
there's there's aspects to it that he doesn't seem to want to, or nobody pressed him on it. I'm sure if you
mm,
probably pressed him on it, maybe
mm,
he would give some nuance. But
mm,
they just let him just go off of that. And I
mm,
just think it was a mistake to do that.
mm,
Hollis, I, I,
mm,
I, I will agree. I'll agree with you with this, and I think we can kind of say before Public Enemy, in my estimation, we had this conversation before. I don't really think there was an outright pro-black group. There
mm,
was Run DMC with what Proud to Be Black, yo,
Mhm.
that type of, but that was '86. We had never really heard nothing like that. We loved it,
mm,
okay,
mm,
and but then '87 you get PE, and this
mm,
is you know it wasn't so much on the first album,
mm,
Right Starter and stuff, different song, but the
mm,
second album was it's out of here.
mm, mm,
Follow
But
of
the thing is,
Farrakhan. Hold on, check. Hold on, check.
the
Hold on, hold
thing
on, hold
is,
on, hold on, hold on, Chuck. Hold on. Let me finish this. So you get that. So then there became a bunch of more groups that did that. Right,
mm,
rightfully so. Whether those labels thought that it was selling, even Philly, you had the Rhythm Radicals who thought that they were Public Enemy. So, but then, so even with N.W.A, you had this group that came with this type of thing. Now they weren't talking, there was violence in the songs, but they weren't talking. They weren't gang members.
mm,
When they said they were gang, they were saying N.W.A was the gang, just like
mm,
we had posses, just like we
mm,
had crews. That's what they were
mm,
saying. So
mm,
if the industry saw that was selling,
mm,
then they got more groups. So you get a Compton's Most Wanted, which I'm sure
mm,
comes off the heels of that. We're going to take the
mm,
name because they came straight out of Compton. We're
mm,
going to get even King T was, he was more rhyming and fun, but King
mm,
T's signed. He's to a
mm,
major label. You get CPO, so
mm,
many different groups. But that's the industry, which is what's
mm,
going to do. If
mm,
grape soda comes out and everybody likes grape soda, Chuck gonna have one, you gonna have one, I'm gonna have one by the weekend. We all gonna sell
mm,
grape soda.
mm,
So I see that aspect of it.
mm. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that, once again, I don't believe there was the conspiracy. I don't think that NWA was the devil's creation or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it was all I'm saying is was a shift. Chuck, you was going to say something if you remember?
I forgot.
Yeah.
No, what was it? Well, I forgot what I forgot. Don't go ahead. It'll come to me.
But yeah, so this is all what I think he is trying to say is that, like, once you had all of these groups, then the culture started following it, and just like you had these people that probably weren't quite as authentic, you know what I'm saying, and that were like trying to one up each other. Like, okay, so now you got NWA. Like, now how can we be like wilder than that? You know what I'm saying? And so I think when you got people that like, especially because if they're kids, also if they're kids, they don't necessarily like see it like they don't necessarily get the nuance. Like sometimes kids like they start uh thinking that this is real or this is what they want to be real. You know what I'm saying? So if these kids are growing up like wanting to be gangsters and doing what they're hearing on the records, like it's like, oh, it's really real. You know what I'm saying? Like they want it to be real.
I totally get what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a naivete to that. When we were like I said, when we were kids, probably the same thing. We saw something maybe on TV, we believed it for a short time, because there's a point where oh man, this ain't real. Like you get what I'm saying. So there is a window of the disbelief of reality, or whatever it is. But it just here's my problem, and I've said this from the beginning. For him, we all live this. For him to have this clear cut line of division, and he was not here for it. He's going by hearsay. So who's changing the narrative? I will tell you this. I just saw D1 today on stage with Public Enemy. He said that. I guarantee you Chuck wouldn't agree with that. I'm not trying to speak for Chuck, but because Chuck, as our Chuck would say, there's nuance to it. And Chuck D gives you that nuance where here's something about this brother I'm not going to say. He's Christian. He almost strikes me as, we all probably have family members or friends or somebody, I received the Lord. I'm with the Lord. They're going to tell you everything. Chuck, you need to go to church on Sunday. You shouldn't be doing that, this. Chuck, I saw you coming out this. He strikes me as one of those people. You can do that, but as you see here, you're going to rub some people the wrong way.
Right.
And as Chuck has been saying, there's more nuance to it.
Okay. We hope we hope he find it. What I'm sure by now his thoughts are refining. You know what I mean? Like his thoughts are getting refined.
No. He will double down on that. You trust me. This brother is
He's set. He's got it. Listening to him talk, it's like you said. It's a line, and that line is the moment. It's that moment to him, and I just think I think it's uninformed. I think he doesn't have an experience with it. Everything he can talk about is either something he heard from somebody or something he's reading. We lived during that time, so so it's easy for you, me, and Aaron to just go, you know what? Yeah, that's not true. We lived, we've been around that time. So, but it's someone who's if he was three, then, he's going, what I heard, or, somebody told me, or when you listen to the music, you can't listen to the music of that time and just go, well, that did it. No, it was built. NWA was built to. NWA was built off of. It wasn't built. It was built. I mean, it was built off of. So to just go, hey, this is because of them. Just things. I just think it's ill informed.
He said when they came out. I'm trying to give him something. He said when they came out. I don't know if he said
I'm
them.
trying to give
I
him
don't know.
something.
I don't know if he said them. He said when they came out. Maybe he's talking about the time period. Yeah. He all right.
Hollis, when Lou Rawls came out, he had. How do I know about when Lou Rawls came out?
Let me tell y'all something. When Peebo Bryson hit the scene,
You know,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
just he ruined it. He ruined it. Pino Bryson ruined it for everybody else. That's what he's saying, man.
Yeah,
It's just saying that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. I did my best. I did my best.
I just want to say this: NWA, short-lived rap group. They haven't put out music. They're not even a group anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They've all gone to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this man in 2026
Mm-hmm.
going back to something we've lived
Mm-hmm.
through it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's kids
Trying
being
to
put in,
tell us,
no, no,
tell
not even that.
us.
No, not even that. There's kids being put in jail, kids being shot. There's a whole generation of kids that are either dying hooked on drugs from his generation or younger.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you worried about a group that's not even, I hate the word relevant, but not
Mm-hmm.
relevant anymore?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean relevant from a they're not a group standpoint. Not to say that NW is not ever relevant. I hate when people say that. I mean
Mm-hmm.
relevant as meaning being a functioning action, like Public Enemy is still putting out music.
Right.
But you know,
There's no new NWA album.
Mm-hmm.
They
but you
haven't
know
Right.
put
what?
out one
It,
since '91.
I think if he focused more on this drill music,
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you focused on let's just say it was this drill music, and God bless all the drill artists, all of the, but I'm saying this drill music is a more of an influence than NWA has ever been.
Yeah.
You know what? This drill. I mean, you have to. I mean, drill. They are killing people and going
Hey,
to YouTube and shooting a video saying I killed this dude.
but
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, if there was no Straight
So,
Outta Compton, there wouldn't be no drill music.
I think
oh,
I think this is what he's saying. I think he's saying that. I'm trying to. If I'm saying that, if he's saying that NWA was the forefathers of all of that, I assume this
I
is
don't.
where he's going with it.
If there wasn't any
But
Star
you,
Wars,
but you,
there wouldn't be any Spaceballs.
yeah.
I
But
think
when you
it's.
think about it, though, none of their songs are they talking about the ops.
Mm-hmm.
None of you don't hear nothing in the NWA song talking about we rode up on these Bloods, we rode up on these Crips. They don't say that in these songs.
Mm-hmm.
So to go from that to drill music where they're saying, yeah, I shot the boys 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wrote a song about it. Want to hear? Here you go.
but here's the interesting thing that I said before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, when I'm walking to the mall, the dude stops me. This gang culture
Mm-hmm.
was there before they started making music.
Yeah.
This is this is like y'all's upbringing could have been different for me because I'm in this, and I'm upbringing, but things
Mm-hmm.
that you did daily because y'all were in the city. I was in
Mm-hmm.
the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just our location,
Mm-hmm.
which we can't change. It's just if it was the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So if like I said, there was nobody beatboxing, there was no radio, we wasn't rhyming. When I got off that bus and he said your
Mm-hmm.
blood, there was
Mm-hmm.
no hip hop backdrop playing.
Mm-hmm.
We all hear the music differently. We all can hear the music, but we all hear it differently.
Right.
So to ascribe a whole movement based off a group. Now the person he spoke to who said, I jumped off the porch and I heard that may have been the case for that person. But
Mm-hmm.
to ascribe that to an entire generation or to an
Mm-hmm.
whole genre of music
Mm-hmm.
isn't where we are. So
Mm-hmm.
that dude might the dude he talked to, might have said, I heard that, then I jumped off the porch. I started doing this and I doing that. But
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean because he heard it that way that everybody else heard it that way. Because I
Right.
don't hear the same music the way you hear it.
Right.
Okay. On the flip side, when all of us heard say Rakim or Lakim Shabazz, did we all
Mm-hmm.
become 5%ers? Did everybody black
Mm-hmm.
become 5%ers? It,
Nope.
Huh,
Some did.
see,
Some
this is what
did.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I put them all in the same realm. To me, this is all Public Enemy. This is all Public Enemy.
but I'm saying it's nuanced because that being the God body 5%, that's
Mm-hmm.
something different. It's under this umbrella of maybe black consciousness and pro
Mm-hmm.
blackness,
Mm-hmm.
but you Public Enemy, they want 5%ers. Yo, Chuck was in the Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
That's not 5
Mm-hmm.
percenters. There's
Mm-hmm.
difference. And
Yeah.
some people were following Dr. York.
Mm-hmm.
That's something totally different too, the Ansars. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
The Black Israelites. That was a big movement. You can go down from the center city downtown, the 80 between 85 or whatever, and you seen them New Jerusalem dudes with the big hats on and
Mm-hmm.
all that. They was out there. And on
Mm-hmm.
the same block, you saw the boy I used to get my bean pie from the brother right there on 11th Street.
Mm-hmm.
They was all out there. So it was a melting pot. So
Yeah.
I think I think he does a disservice when he says we can trace it back to this line. We can trace this everything we got right now. We can trace back to this, and you
Now
can't.
I said that he didn't say that. I said that he said that. I'm trying to see if he's saying that. I don't want to put that on him. What I'm saying though is that I'm saying that like all of even though everyone had their, if we want to call these separate religions, they were all trying to get us to the same place. You know what I'm saying?
well, he's Christian and he's trying to get everybody to the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
place.
So this is why he over there somewhere. This is what I'm saying. He got he got his agenda. Obviously, he has his agenda, and he's putting a face on what he thinks is the problem. Of course, probably for his own health, it is easier to say NWA than to say, NBA young boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe he's saying it like that because it's safer. It's safer to say that.
Ice Cube ain't gonna run up on. Ice Cube's a grown man with family.
Yeah,
NBA young boy might run up, might one of
yeah.
these.
That's what
They
I'm
might
saying.
holler at you.
Okay. Okay. So if you want to start with that, right? Not you, I'm just saying. He wants to start with this is a bigger thing. So
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to start with the proliferation of this, that, whatever, let's go back to the beginning of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Africa Bambaataa. They said
Mm-hmm.
he was a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go back to the beginning of that? How come
Mm-hmm.
nobody talks about
Mhm,
that?
Mm-hmm.
There's still
mhm,
people that are here, and this whole culture is expands from that. But you
Mm-hmm.
talking about a
mhm,
group that ain't even together no more
Mm-hmm.
because they ain't gonna come to get you because they're not even a group.
Mm-hmm.
But them Zulu Nation dudes are still around.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Well,
even though Bam's gone,
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe it was just safer to say them. Maybe it was just safer for him to say them.
hey, well, praise the Lord, sir the devil.